subliminal phase right there. So to get them for that.
This is my song, Modern
so
Casanova.
Registered right there. And to get my perpetrators right there. There's the subliminal phase.
Do it at the same time. That sucks.
Anyway, so they're gonna hack the fluidity in the mellifluous.
I was gonna try to make a dance for my Modern Casanova song for the women, and then destroying the men with the penis envy. Broadcasting culpability and showing their true testosterone level to all men, and revealing their true age. Because they hack my lats. I'll just show you. This is what my lats should look like. They hacked my lats, and I felt it today. That's what my lats should. That's how pronounced my lats are. That's my shadow. And look at right now. My lats don't look like that at all. I'll just show you right now. My lats don't look like that at all. Because they're hacked my lats, the muscle tissue of my lats. That's how my lats should look. And that was only doing 10 chin-ups a day. Just doing 10 chin-ups a day, I had lats like that. I was ripped with 10 chin-ups a day, but they hacked a little muscle, preventing me from being able to do chin-ups. So getting every one of them in that network. And the funny thing is, if you look here, they hacked my ass, but it doesn't stop me from being able to do whatever I need to do, right? Like, this is just for the women. To kill them, but if they're evil, they should watch it in my mind. But if they watch it officially, then not a problem. And this is right here, always antique photo. So they sell OP cons right by their camera there, and it's a walk when you're cultivated, hijacked, for all people that were hijacked that are alive. So try to vindicate the ones that are dead, that were hijacked for all OR cons, not evil people, especially prior to August 16th, 2024. If she's dead, getting her perpetrators, or if she's in an enemy combatant, getting her. Because that's how these predators are. See, they're selling a con. Like, since I'm here, if you look, that's quite a few people walked by with canes so far, because I'm right here by the recycling bin, panhandling, and so they're trying to sell recycling cons for hijacked my body. Like, I'd be responsible for something when somebody hijacks my body and plants thoughts in my head. And I've been surveilled my entire life. They showed, in my mind's eye, they showed me a picture of my head coming out of my mom's vagina. So here's all the perpetrators. Most likely they'd have to be quarantined in the system. Everybody that walked by me. Because they're trying to get the OX con for themselves. It's not OX art for them. It's a trick for me to need OX cons, because I'm naturally wholesome. They have to hack my psyche. If you see I prove the human soul exists. They have to hack my entire face and redirect that. They have to hack systems like they're me. So once I unhack the systems that pretend to be me and figure it out, right? But it takes the entire world, right? But if anybody had to figure it out with artificial intelligence, nobody in the world could figure out how many times they've tried to install software. I just blocked it as I said that, and then to the left, right? And then down, like 6 o'clock, which would be, right? If that would be 12, this would be 6, right? So again, them, right? There's nobody on the planet. I'm gonna destroy all evil people that pretend to be me. They are the litter con. So they made me step right there where the cigarette butt was. So whoever did that, that would be their entire network when they smoke next. Every time they smoke. They showed up there. They're not worthy enough to be mentioned on screen. And they would have to be hacked. They're showing this person right here that almost certainly, my daughter, basically, anybody that utilizes this tactic against my kids would be hunted down by the system. So how come government knows vibrational frequency of anger if they're not hacking brainwaves? Right? So ever since this on August 9th, when I searched it at home, enemy combatants of mine have been utilizing this tactic in my videos. My tone of voice is more aggressive, even though I'm just speaking a matter of fact. And I'm glad I crushed them with my penis envy, because they don't have the testosterone that I have. Right? So I'm gonna crush them and redirecting anger back to all of them, and not causing them to have any ailments that they're trying to issue on my body based on their own karmatic choices in life. I'm just redirecting back on them, trying to end evil. It's a war, me and against evil, basically. People that pretend to be me, they never, maybe 60% of the time, so slaughtering anybody that's ever pretended to be me, because I am, I'll just show you right here. I am the safety marshal for the world, and that's a log for me noticing what the fire safety con means, right? So anybody that's trying to get recycling funds, if they got 2 X's, they get the recycling, but if they get 4 X's, and you have many, you would have to voluntarily have more than 4 X's. You have to voluntarily make decisions. Now, you can't be, they're able to fool systems, right? Because I think considerably faster than what I'm able to speak, right? To be able to articulate with anybody, right? Even if they had level 2 human biology, like I wouldn't be able to. I could probably only speak so fast, right? To be coherently enough, and unless I developed it with modern language, I would have to create a new language that would be more efficient to be able to speak faster. So they're able to see my projected brainwaves and then bend it and constrict it and then hack pieces of it. So when I said voluntarily, they're gonna try to manipulate the system to say involuntarily. Never say involuntarily, because my mouth was covered when I was about to say this. So they were able to set me up for that con, right? For the system, right? So every time my mouth isn't shown, the artificial intelligence system would have to see another way to see my mouth, to correlate it with my lips are synchronized with the sound, right? Because they try to skew that. And as I said, that narrative, every little pause in there was subliminal metrics, so that would have to be absorbed. The evil would be absorbed in absorbed by killing enemy combatants, basically, and amalgamating it to be good AI. Utilizing the tactics with all cars throughout the system in every financial transaction would solidify that maneuver for mankind. So once again, this is for the lady. Wait, I'm trying to hear the beat is like, so it's kind of a slow-mo jam. This would be a slow-mo jam. Again, evil. They try to hack me with the kid there, so I tried dispatching the little predators. That's what I do. You know, then they try to hack me. They see how my face changed with disgust, and that's them for being a little predator cultivator. So fuck you and your evil kids. I want to catch this beat that they're trying to administer medicine, to try to kill me and set me up for cons for their sexual deviance or whatever deviance they have, and just their own hypocritical behavior. They slaughter over 100,000 people die every day to hide and allow them to commit crimes, so they can commit crimes, basically. So they hack that right there, and you can see watch how my eyes change and my facial expressions change, and when it doesn't correlate with what I'm saying, those are intervals where I'm being hacked by different systems. And then there's different enemy hijackers, right? So any inflection or change in my voice would be their voice pattern over as they're trying to simulate me somehow, right? So my voice is probably never the same 100% for every video. It might be this time, never allowing that capability, definitely uninstalling the capability to cloak my voice pattern. I'll never change that. Never change that officially. I may need to do that once I'm officially king as a spy maneuver occasionally. I have to think long term, right? So, but that would be brought publicly known at some point in the future, transparently, for official bureaucratic channels at that point, if it was ever needed. Because I might utilize it as a tactic to dispatch evil by showing their, like I just tried to right there. That's why they, I just showed their deviance and showed my exonerability for myself, Christian Eric Carney Meyer. Nobody hijacked my body. Anybody trying to hijack their body is only showing their culpability at that point, right? And they don't like that. So once again, as my facial expressions didn't match what my voice was saying and my words were saying, right? So that was a moment of being hacked. That was a realization of these pedophiles and predators thinking they could hide their culpability through my biology. But all I'm doing is providing so much circumstantial evidence, and I have it in my excrements, and so do they, right? I tried yesterday, I put it in, tried saying in stool samples, and so they turned it into a sexual device, these predators. So now when they get like the nanotechnology to make the transfer, they made it feel like it was an object going on my anus, and I felt that through other people when I redirected it. So I felt as if I got raped basically with this technology. They raped it, so it felt like something was shoved up my fucking ass, and so they were doing it to these other people. So obviously it wouldn't be made to be felt sexual. I'm trying to stop fucking sexual condition. I haven't had sex in 6-7 years because I wouldn't want her to be hijacked and raped, and I wouldn't want to be hijacked and raped. So I choose not to have sex with women or anybody. I'm only attracted to women, so, but as a disclaimer, anybody, I choose not to have sex with women. I'm only attracted to women. And I had sex with 60 women. 12 after my wife, like nothing. 8 in 2 months. 8 in 2 months. It was so easy. I had a phone where Tinder was restricted on my phone. I wasn't allowed to install Tinder. It wasn't an option. It's under Chris Meyer Diggins, no Tinder app on my phone, right? So, because I went on Tinder in 2015, and I'll show you what I look like probably about then. They're hacking me to look older now, but 2015 I probably looked like that. Or 19 I looked like that. So this is a sexual profiling system. So obviously ugly people register me to rape me when you look like this. When you look more like the last king. When the last king looks more like you then. And when you look like this as a baby. Here's a human hijacking collaboration. Psyche war claim for the throne. If you don't see it without any skewed subliminal imagery, this is a moment where this is supposed to, it looks like Pierce Bronson, but it's supposed to be Daniel Craig. So this is Daniel Bronson. Or Pierce Craig. Pun. So I just resumed recording, so my biology may have changed different metrics since probably rewritten the program several times since it's been filmed, since I started filming. So they hacked me there. So once again, my brain projected since I started filming, but they were able to bend it to make it say since I filmed to discredit me. But once again, how could I didn't mention in this video, but eventually wind's going to go into cars and buildings to provide power for devices, and there's going to be a wind meter in your house instead of a gas meter, and we have an indefinite supply of wind, right, air, right? But and so cars, you'll pay a convenience fee if you want to fill up your tank while you're driving. Then you know, they don't like the smartest guy in the world to be able to move his hips like this, right? And with the scientific instrumentation, I could individually flex my abs independently. And they were able to hack it so I can't show the flex to my body, because that's how much they restrict my biology. So I'm gonna destroy everybody, and I'm never stopping until I get all my physicality back. I'm getting 100% of you. And every one of your descendants that ever leached off me, expect the fucking bed of roses in the afterlife. Right, I'm gonna be the true king of your country, because in order to get my biological immortal DNA, you're gonna have to make me the king of your country, and it's gonna be a social republic. Then that means there's treason and sedition, right? And it's a new world order, so they know how powerful I am in the system. So that's an official mandate, an unofficial mandate to people in official positions worldwide. That being said, So there would be a convenience fee when, so if you're driving now, just say there's gridlock, because I seen a scenario in China, they had gridlock for 10 days, right? So now, with the electric system, if cars are going to be running out of power, so they're going to be losing charge, and then how are the tow trucks going to access them, right? With a wind hydrogen fuel cell system, like in gridlock, you would be able to have an air intake, like say solar panel air intake, that when there's no wind, to be able to draw in the air, convert it. I'm not designing the technology right now. Until I'm officially king, right? They could come out with their primitive steam engine concepts, but I'll come out with the maglev system for my car company. Once I have a car company, then I'm gonna come up with a better way, right? A better way. So they could come out with their antiquated philosophies, and then on the face of future man, genetically, they're giving me this particular wrinkle right there is more pronounced than my 89-year-old grandmother who doesn't have evolutionary DNA, right? So anybody that contributed to that is going to be executed in the system for using chemical warfare against me, chemical electrolysis, added in my DNA telomeres in my genes, right? That's mutilation, right? Saddam Hussein was deposed and ended up in the ground, right? So there's going to be an international coalition against Nazi sympathizers, like Prince Harry overtly was when he was dressed in a costume, and now knowing what I know, the affinity for the Nazism in the subliminal realm, the only affinity I ever would have had towards Nazis would have been the SS, and not Nazism whatsoever. Just SS was the highest rank. It would be the equivalent of me having affinity for the Delta Force or Navy SEALs, right? It would be the highest prestige factor, right? I'm gonna have affinity for it, right? Because my parents, my last name is Meyer, right? So I do have German ancestry, right? So I easily, if my grandfather on my mom's side easily could have fought with the Germans against the Allies who my dad's side fought on. But my dad's side fought, so I obviously side with the Allies. And liberating free will and privatizing thoughts, right? So anybody against that narrative is an enemy against me and the system.